Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today we are working on an older Dometic air conditioner. I believe this air conditioner is going to be the original to this camper. And what year is this camper?
It's 97.
97 model. Oldie but a goodie. They're thinking the air conditioner quit cooling last fall. They're at the end of the season, and then this season it's just done several wonky things, but it's not working. Have been here for a few minutes. The only thing I have done is check to make sure we have good DC power and ground up here at the board. I did that right here. These wires are marked. There's a little tag on it. It says 12 volt power, and that's 12 volt ground. We had that. There's another one here that's marked 12 volt to the thermostat. There's no, I don't even see it right now. There's one of these, and check that. There's no power coming out of the board for the thermostat. So what I want to do, I think this board or the thermostat's bad. Probably this board, which is the old analog. It's the old analog box, because it's a 97 model. But what I want to do now is I want to make sure the compressor will run. If the compressor runs and it seems like it has Freon in it, we're going to switcheroo a box. We're going to change it over to a digital and see what we can do with it. So I'm going to get y'all set up here and pull the cover off, and we're going to use a jumper wire to see if the compressor will run. If the compressor will run, I think we got something to work with, because these old air conditioners, if they're still around, they typically work. So let's see. Alrighty, so let's get this cover off this box here. And like I say, we'll jumperoo. See if we can make the compressor run. Because if it quit cooling last fall because it finally had a Freon leak, then we don't have anything to work with here. The air conditioner will have to be replaced, which is sad because the replacement won't last 25 years, 26 years. Never in a million years would it last that long. I know we have AC power up in here because when we turn the fan on the thermostat from auto to on, the fan works. So I know we have AC power. I'm gonna have to take that whole cover off, not just that little access panel. So y'all can go grab you a cup of coffee or read a newspaper. I don't know what y'all do in your leisure time, but you got a few minutes while I get the rest of these screws out of this box. I'll show you what this thing looks like. Don't worry about that dog. That dog ain't. Kids ain't gonna bother me. Dog ain't gonna bother me. We got a lot going on here today. We got kids, we got dogs, we got cats. So if there's background noise, y'all just gonna have to get over it. That's all I can tell you. We did cut the fans off. These brave souls have been staying in this camper all weekend with no air conditioning. And it's been a little bit toasty here in southern West Virginia this weekend. It's been nice at nights. Probably not been too bad in here at night, but boy, in the day, she's been warming up. Finally got to be summertime around here. I didn't think it was ever gonna happen, folks. I thought we was gonna we had a really cool wet spring, and I thought we was gonna have a cool wet summer, and no, looks like it's gonna be hot and humid. Of course, we're on the New River here in southern West Virginia, so always going to be super humid on the river. I don't know, superhuman, humid. Is that really a thing? I think it is. Alrighty. Now I know, let me show you inside this box real quick. This blue wire, this is power coming into that compressor relay. This blue wire is the power coming out. So I'm just going to jump over those two and see if the compressor will run. So y'all listen to see if you hear it hum. Now without the fan running, of course we could turn the fan on. Without the fan running though, we don't want to let this compressor run for very long. Sounds like it's running. I'll tell you what, just to make sure, unplug my jumper wire. We're going to go over to the thermostat. I'm just going to cut the fan on. It'll just run all the time. We'll let that compressor run for a few minutes and see if it acts like it's got Freon. I brought my amp clamp in. We'll see if it acts like it's got Freon in it. So it's going to get noisy. Almost 9 amps. Not climbing though. It's kind of hanging around 8.5 to 8.9. Now it's starting to climb. Okay, it's climbing. That's what we want to see. Yeah, about 9.2. Still climbing. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we cut the noise off. Yeah, I think this thing's gonna be all right. Y'all did understand what we're doing. This is the compressor relay. It's power coming in. It's power going out. If we wanted to just run the fan, say the fan was not working. Red is the low fan. Black is the high fan. We could have run the fan the same way, jump over from the power coming in over to here. We could run the fan. We didn't have to do that because that part of the thermostat was still working. So this is just going to be a analog to digital control box swap. So let me go get that stuff and we'll get started on that. Alrighty, so I went ahead and killed the AC power. The 110 volt AC power. So now we can just start unhooking all these wires. This is our 12 volt out of this coach. So just to keep from popping a fuse somewhere, I'm going to go ahead and make this connection to our new harness for the digital control box. Which one do we put it on? Put it on the 12 volt supply. Everything's labeled. These are super easy to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that just to keep from, like I say, just from this touching something and popping a fuse. Just gonna reuse the wire nuts are all the way up here. Ain't a thing wrong with them. This is our ground because it says so on the tag. That's how we know. We have a wire in our new harness that needs a ground, so I think we'll put that there. Makes sense, right? Yeah, I might have more people here watching this video be recorded today than we'll ever see it. So that's not a bad thing, right? Now all these other wires, all these control wires, we can just get the wire nuts off because only 2 more of these will be used. None of them have any power on them now because the 12 volt power is unhooked from the board. So we'll just get all these wires unhooked. I brought my strippers in, I just cut them. I didn't bring them. There's one thing slightly different with this setup is the furnace control never ran through this board. There's a separate thermostat on the wall for the furnace, and because here's our the two blue wires coming out of the board, blue with white stripe, those would have been the furnace. Like I say, the furnace never ran through this board. So, got all that mess unhooked. Got everything tangled up, of course. Okay, so all of our control wires are unhooked now, I believe. Yes, they are. Unplug the upper unit. Now I'll get our 110 volt AC wires undone, unhooked, unhinged, whatever we want to call it today. Pull our old freeze sensor out. Oh, no, we end up cutting them wires. That freeze sensor, it goes on the back side of that condenser coil somewhere. I don't even know where. We have a new freeze sensor to put in, insert in the coils. Comes with a new control box. So there's the old control box. So here's the new control box. It's much smaller, it's plastic, of course. Let's go and get our 110 volt wires put in there, that way it can hang off of them. I don't have to stand there and hold it. Alright, so the 110 wires, we just go green to bare, white to white, black to black. I think y'all can handle that. I think anybody can handle that, can't they? If you don't know some basic wiring, you shouldn't be doing this repair anyway. You should just let somebody else do it. Alright, so the AC connection's done. Now we need 2 more wires for our new harness. We need a power to the thermostat, and we need a ground. We got our ground, sorry. What we do need to do, we need to pick one of these wires out of this cable going back to the thermostat and make it a ground, because the old analog thermostats did not have a ground at the thermostat. So we're gonna make the green one the ground, so we need to put it under this wire nut with our grounds. This is not hooked up to the box yet, so we don't have to worry about doing any sparking or arcing back there at the thermostat. Alright, so there's our ground for the thermostat. It's going to be green. We need a power for the thermostat. How do we know that? Because it says so right here on this little tag. And we're going to choose red for it. You can choose any color you want. You got a lot of cables. You got a lot of wires left over here. So you can choose any color you want. I choose red for power. I'm going to hook that one up. And typically I will choose orange or brown for our communication. It's the only one that's not marked is communication. But we don't have an orange or a brown, we have a yellow. So we're going to choose yellow for communication. Still just personal preference. No rhyme or reason. Choose any color you want. Alright, so that's all done. It's ready to plug in. I'm not going to plug it in right yet because I want to do the thermostat first. So Let me see if I can get y'all set up back here, and we'll get the old thermostat off and get the new one put on. Now y'all kind of far away. I got you zoomed in. This camera does some wonky things when I zoom it in, so hopefully it'll stay in focus. There's a terminal block here where all of our wire connections used to be made. We're just done doing them. Like I say, this is all dead here. We don't have to worry about it. Anything being alive. Just get all those loose, pull those wires out. Just like so. There's the old thermostat. There's the new one. Yeah, that camera's struggling. I don't know why a camera has zoom if it doesn't want to focus when you zoom in. Don't make no sense. Now the old thermostat had like 7 terminals, the new one's got 3. We got a power, we got a ground, we got a communication. So we know that we chose red as power, green as ground, and yellow as communication. So that gives us 2 wires left over here that are just going to be extras. So I'm just going to wind them around and leave them right here. Wind them up so they're not in the way. Get our wires run through the thermostat to the back. Can y'all see? Y'all can't see nothing. Alright. I need the light this second. Ground communication for Alright. So these are marked. We're going to put the ground where the ground goes. Again, I think the communication's not marked in here either. But it's the other terminal. The ground. Communication. Which is yellow. And our power, which is red. And I know y'all can't see what I'm doing, but if you're doing this, you'll be looking right in your thermostat and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. People get excited sometimes because I don't show everything that I'm doing, but I'm telling you folks, if you're doing this repair, it will all make sense because you'll be looking at it just like I am and it will make sense. Okay, so we'll just leave that right there. So I'm going to go plug that new harness into the new control box, turn the AC power on. When I plug into the new control box, y'all should see this light up, we hope. Voila, it did light up. Now I do have a couple more things to do here. Like I said, we plugged the new harness into the box. It's the only 4-pin connector on the box, so it's the only place it will go. We got our new freeze sensor here, which according to this card, we know we have to insert it into the condenser coil. Let's get it all unwound here. Reach up in here where you cannot see and insert that into the between 2 fins on a condenser coil like that. It's time to plug our upper unit into the control box right here. Like that. Let's turn the AC power back on by turning the breaker on. Now, let's go back here to the thermostat again. So you can work this thermostat just by touching these terminals. Let's go to fan. Let's go to low. There will be a delay. Hopefully the fan will come on low. Okay, it did. Let's go to high. Should be a delay. It'll cut off. And there's another delay, and it switches to high. Okay. This is the mode over here. So let's go to cool. It's set on 72, and the compressor should come on. It just came on. I heard it click. So we should be golden. I have to just screw the thermostat back to the wall, right where the old one used to be. Put all that mess back up in there and reinstall the ceiling kit, and then I'll be back to close out this video. Yeah, just go to my Amazon page. You'll find my Amazon store. Go to my website. You can find my Amazon store. You'll find this stuff. That's it for this one. I'm gonna go up the road and fix another one, and y'all have a fantastic day.